My amazing Leos, welcome into your weekly reading. We're going to read for the week of March 31st to April 6th, 2025. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing out there. But as you can see, we're going to begin with the pre-pulled overall energy here on the board from the Good Tarot. So let's jump into your reading. We're beginning with, as you can see, the Queen of Fire. I love this for us. So right off the bat, I was getting when I pre-pulled this that you throughout this week will be on fire. There's a sense of you being passionate and a little bit feisty at certain points and looking good. I'm hearing the word attractive. There's also a real focus upon your energy and the way you do what you do, the way you flow, and even the way that you are conveying, the way you're speaking. There's something about your demeanor. It's just very, yes, sunny, but powerful is the wording coming through. You can see her in this imagery where she's not playing around. You know, I'm not saying there aren't going to be, selective and even random goofy moments and laughter, enjoyment, lighthearted play is what I'm hearing. And banter is the word I'm getting. But I do feel as if, for the most part, and even in those lighthearted and fun kind of moments, you're very powerful in your energy and the way you're appearing and being perceived, and even the way you're feeling, it's playing into it. But I'm also getting there's a significant focus upon your skincare. This could be your body as a whole or just significant parts of which, but I'm getting specifically for the majority, at the very least, your face. All right, your face complexion is doing quite nice throughout the week. And I also feel like some sort of supplement or vitamin that you're now starting to take, utilize, even if you're re-implementing it into your day-to-day routine, it's working quite nice for you in some way, shape, or form. But as well, I feel the need to mention at the bottom of the deck, the Messenger of Fire. So there's something about you, excuse me, about you throughout the week being an important, I'm hearing the word deliverer, if I even said that correctly, somebody who's delivering messages from spirit, maybe even to be labeled as somebody who passionately and directly, efficiently gets the message across to people. You may as well be somebody, and I can relate, and I'm a Leo sun if you're new to the channel, where you are able to, and it may feel random to the one receiving this at times, but you're able to very efficiently give somebody the truth, the hardcore truth, without really damaging them or bringing them down. It's more of a, I'm telling you the hardcore truth to uplift you, to help you make a change, to help you see the honesty of what's at hand. Does that make sense? And then they make a change, or they change their ways otherwise, or it just helps them, maybe adjust their perspective. However it ends up working, you are a helpful soul, and that's one of the many ways. But let's shift this on over to this side, and let's keep pulling from the Gilded Tarot. Let's wait for Leo. Okay, the Ace of Swords. So going back to the Messenger of Fire, you're going to be throughout the week a source of clarity, maybe even a source of hope and, trust for other people. But all of this is stemming from the fact that not only you're a very spiritually connected and intuitive soul, and a smart cookie is what I'm hearing, but you are somebody who has had to work on their trust in the divine, their trust in themselves, right? Including your intuition and what you just simply know in certain moments or remember. And so that's all playing into helping you be the Messenger of Fire, the Queen of Fire throughout the week. But I'm also getting that there are going to be select, random, but strategically planned out moments throughout the week where you gain a bit of information, clarity, maybe a confirmation that you have been needing. This could be in regards to the future of a situation. It could be as well in regards to when something new is going to come in. It was interesting the way I just said that, because they wanted me to kind of correct it, something new to come in, but it sounded like I said news to come in, good news, passionate news, maybe a welcome letter of some sort or an approval letter of some sort. And so somebody drawn to the reading has some sort of news that they want to receive, or need to receive for the future on the mind, taking a focus. Anyways, the Two of Wands, because yeah, it feels like a week where you can't help but see a light shining down upon what you have yet to achieve, receive, you name it. And could be multiple things that this is speaking upon for you, as we do have the rabbit in the right hand corner over here, which typically represents fertility, new beginnings, giving birth to something of significance. And so you will be finding that one, if not multiple, new beginnings are taking a highlight. And they're saying, remember, everything is in divine timing. So there's no need to sweat it. There's no need to stress it or worry about it. Just let the divine do what it's meant to do. Let your manifestations come to be all the meanwhile. And things will shift when they're meant to, right? And so it reminds each of us individually to take a deep breath, maybe take a step back or detach if need be in that specific moment, and just trust in your path, because it feels like you're trusting in yourself better, you're trusting maybe in your path a little bit better, in the divine and whatnot, in other aspects of your life. But then there are at least certain moments, obviously for some more than other, where you're not fully trusting in the divine purposefulness of your path moving forward. It's almost as if you, for whatever reason, need a reminder that everything is happening for a reason, while you might be someone who very easily and efficiently and maybe often reminds other people of this. You know, it's, I feel, a huge reason why I was guided to get the words "everything happens for a reason" tattooed on my chest, because they're literally words to live by. And even I need that reminder at times. I know that sounds wild as a very predictive, spiritually connected kind of, reading soul, but you get the point. But as well, I find that with the beeping in the background from the car, if you heard it, there are random sounds that are going to play into this week as messages from Spirit to alarm you, to forewarn you, to distract you even, to give you a message otherwise. Random sounds. I don't feel that's the only way that Spirit's coming through to communicate with you, as they just showed the Eight of Wands. It's a week of different levels of a lot of different communication throughout the week. But I wouldn't be surprised if Spirit's coming through in several different ways and saying, we're here, all right? There's no need to fret. There's no need to worry. There's no need to feel alone if that's something that you've been feeling. It almost as well feels like you're somebody within this collective drawn to this reading where a lot of people are attracted to you. I know we kind of touched base upon that in the beginning of the reading, but there's something about you holding such, again, power and confidence and quality star-like energy where you're captivating, magnetizing, and people of many different kinds are finding themselves continuing to, or now in a new way, feeling attracted to you. I'm hearing there's a little bit of a spiciness about you that just is intriguing. It's leaving people interested. Let's just put it that way. Look at this. The Nine of Cups with the Three of Swords behind it. Okay, there's something about heartbreaking or heartbroken, or maybe just moody or emotional, okay, fed up energy within a situation or two. But I'm getting, for this, talking about you specifically, it's time for you to gain a wish fulfillment, okay? And this may not be the one that you would prioritize or label as the most important or your number one desire or whatever it may be. But it does feel to be something of significance for you throughout the week. Something's doing finally a lot better. You may be gaining one situation where it's not the most ideal one to gain at this time. Something else takes, more of a priority for you or something of the sort. But it does feel to be, again, something significant for you to be labeled as a wish fulfillment. And it makes up for, to an extent, this is part of the point of which, it makes up for partially some sort of heartbreak or difficulty, maybe even turmoil is what I'm getting, that you dealt with in the past. Great, let's put this over here. And we will put the Three of Swords back because it doesn't feel like this Leo collective is even close to being in an emotional state throughout this week. It feels like you're maybe even emotionally dry or detached in certain ways at certain points. You may want to hop over and watch Libra's weekly reading that I'll post before this, because I mentioned right off the bat in theirs that they were quite detached. But the Page of Pentacles as well. There's a feeling of your inner child healing in certain ways at certain points when you present something that you created and developed. This could happen at multiple points in different ways, but there's, as you can see in this imagery, there's something about you, okay, showing off at certain points, putting this and that out there into the universe, and experiencing quality results and attention because of it. I'm just now seeing somebody throwing a frisbee, but the frisbee was literally this pentacle that he's holding. And so there's a feeling of you just kind of throwing it out into the universe, putting yourself and what you create and develop, what you accomplish out there, and expecting it to be a frisbee and to just keep going and create this and that of importance and rewards and whatnot. But you knowing concretely and being confident in the fact that it's not a boomerang, it's not going to swing on back and be rejected or not do well. There's something about you knowing that what you're throwing out there, like a frisbee, into the universe for other people to experience, it's going to do well. You know this, okay? And so it's just playing into the confidence that you are holding quite powerfully throughout this week. And I mean, we do have this, I'm just hearing leprechaun. There's something about this peacock here where there are definite moments throughout the week where you're showing off within your control, and other points where you are choosing not to. And Spirit is saying there's a lot wrapped up into or rooting beneath the surface when it comes to each and every moment where you're showing off, especially when you're not, okay? But why did I get the word leprechaun? There's maybe something about that for you specifically, randomly throughout the week. I definitely said somebody looked like a leprechaun, one of my coworkers last night. But I feel like there's something as well about you being quite lucky throughout the week. And people might see this where they're thinking, why did they receive more than I did? Or why have they now randomly, in a lucky way, received this wish fulfillment? People don't understand how much you have going on, how much effort you put in behind the scenes, behind closed doors. People don't understand even, maybe they think they do, but people really don't understand how connected to Spirit you truly are and how special you are as an individual. And really your capability, your ability to manifest as well is playing into this. And so people can view you in whatever way they choose to, or just end up doing so. And Spirit is saying this is this luck, this wish fulfillment kind of week, these successes, these victories, rewards, it's all yours for the taking. Eat it up. Put your hand out there or hands out there and receive what is yours to be gifted, to be taken, to be received. Because some of which throughout the week, these positives we're speaking upon are to be labeled as abundance in a gifted form, if you will. Keywording, if you will. All right, we're shifting to another message. They're saying that if you're willing to, if it's something that you are wanting to choose moving forward, you can have it all. You can be big in this lifetime. You can be bigger than you even have expected or planned for or wanted. If you're willing, you can make it happen. We can make it happen, you and your spiritual guides plus some. And so it just feels like Spirit's saying the possibilities are endless. There's no limit when it comes to this Leo collective, as long as you choose to back away from the old habit or the choice to limit yourself, to hold yourself back. Do you know what I'm saying? But the Three of Pentacles, there's a feeling that, again, look at this. Two images in the Pentacle cards where you're showing off, you're holding things up for people to see. You're, again, throwing things out into the universe very productively and successfully. But The Three of Pentacles is saying that people are watching very closely. Not every person is watching with the right intention or the right energy. And that's just going to be part of this week for you. But it does feel like for the most part, people are seeing what they're sought out to see, what they are expecting from you. It's like, for example, say I put a reading on YouTube or TikTok and somebody chooses to click on it, with the intention of gaining clarity and gaining messages and enjoying my reading, and they get that plus some. And so it feels like you're fulfilling people's expectations plus some. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe a work situation for some drawn to the reading where you're being watched on camera, maybe in person, being questioned for the sake of feeling out whether or not you're the right candidate for some sort of promotion or upgrade in your position. Anyways, it just feels like there's a lot of different types of attention throughout the week. People are paying attention. But it feels like in a way, you're more observant than people even begin to realize, because you're not speaking upon or even maybe acting upon in that moment or even soon after what you observe. It just feels like you're observant, and then you put it in the memory bank, the experience observation bank, to later then be utilized. The Ten of Swords, because it feels like this is a week where Spirit is saying, as Mercury retrograde is wrapped up, as maybe I don't know the exact dates, but they're saying eclipse season is wrapping up. Anyways, but I do feel as if this is a time for you where we're saying goodbye to the old Leo. We're saying goodbye to the old way of doing things, wrapping things up with a bow and preparing for more endings and new beginnings for the future. And this feels invigorating. It feels different. It feels refreshing. It's because you've been holding on to, whether you realize it or not, old baggage. All right, things that have been weighing you down, including the old version of yourself. And so we're shifting towards the new. We're embracing the refreshing energy and doing what's right for Leo. It just feels like Spirit is saying, prepare for all that life can provide you, that you can provide yourself. Prepare for a hell of a lot more. Spirit is saying this is going to be an epic week for you where they're saying if there's any issues moving forward or people working against you, we ride at dawn. And you're going to feel this kind of support as well in certain ways at certain points with other people within your life, your waking reality, if you will. But it just feels to be a week where, once again, you are being prepared to fly towards a hell of a lot more, as you may be pushed to re-examine and adjust the armor that you provide yourself, that you're wearing. Don't be as 1000% guarded for the sake of the future of certain connections in your life now and new ones moving forward, even opportunities of importance. But it just feels like, once again, this is a very important week for you where you are going to be on fire. Look at this. You are the star of your own life and of other people's. And your dreams, your goals, your wishes are about to come true. Leo, this is going to be an amazing week for you where you, my friend, are the queen of fire, regardless of your gender or whatnot, okay? So I hope these messages for the upcoming week were truly helpful. I loved your reading. I am sending you so much love and light. Take care, Leo.